Do you know what's worse than having business debt? It's having weights like these on your shoulders, dragging you down deeper into a hole you can't get yourself out of and affecting your personal life as well. It's taking a toll. You try to claw your way back up to resurface. You get there just barely, but it digs you in even deeper at the rate the dirt is going in. You move forward, backwards, left, right, up, down, and you just can't anymore. In fact, you're bruised up. Your energy and time inefficient in doing all of this. You've expended it all, and you just need a guiding light. Somebody out there that can give you a hand to pick you up, an expert in this that can help you, to educate you, to do this once and for all correctly, to get out of this. And you want to do it in the best way possible, at the best amount. And for somebody who's very reliable, trustworthy, and very loyal. If you've tried to debt consolidate, or you haven't, or you've tried a vehicle for change and it hasn't worked, it wasn't what you were expecting, the right source, reverse debt consolidation is the last option that I would recommend. If you've exhausted everything else and expended everything else and it just hasn't worked, or it wasn't enough of, you're not over leveraged, that's another one. Then you have the merchant cash advance term loans, hybrid cash advance term loans, another business that you're looking to refinance and move underneath an online bank term loan and or an SBA loan, and it just doesn't work. You don't have enough cash flow for the new proposed debt to help as well. Perhaps the profitability, they're asking for collateral to a certain percentage, and for your industry, you don't have enough. It's thin. Perhaps your credit is already thin on the personal and business side. Your annual gross revenue, the profitability on top of that, the cash flow, and many more things that they are looking for. So what would be the best way to go thereafter? There is debt restructuring. This is a great option that I've seen over 90% in approvals, as well as from 40 to 75% on average, lowering debt payments within a couple of days with no new loan. And then I'll get into some of the requirements here in just a second. But before I do, my name is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions. I'm a business funding expert, business loan broker expert who's helped out a lot of business owners and businesses navigate the trenches and the battles and the wars of debt restructuring, debt consolidation, reverse debt consolidation, refinance underneath this. When is it the right time? Can you do that? Is that most effective to do it that way? As well as anything in terms of creative credit-based funding, personal and in business. You also have trade credit, revolving credit, installment credit. You have cash flow, income, revenue-backed funding, revenue-based loans, advances. You have collateral-backed, equity, liquidity, and many other things. And you're just trying to figure it out from an expert who can lend you a hand, somebody who's very loyal. I'm the introvert type. I'm very analytical, cerebral. I'm more reserved and quiet. I review a lot of documentation. I'm good at calculating things. I went to school. I put myself through that, studied a little bit. I went to sociology. I was a Division I soccer player for a little bit. I then moved into chemical engineering, my favorite class being chemistry. And then I had to make a big change and pivot. I wanted to start a business, so I went into that side of things. I've worked in construction, manufacturing, in the field, warehousing, a ramp agent in my younger 20s and all of this, and then later getting into a financial logistics position. But to come back in all of this, some of the requirements that we are looking for and having an attorney-led debt reconstructing team that's the very best that's out there, that will be in your corner to back you up and have the right customized plan to do this correctly. So at a minimum, we want $30,000 in minimal debt in terms of merchant cash advances. You probably heard the terms hybrid cash advance / term loan or similar to that. So at least a minimum of $30,000 on that, or MCA debt-like type of stuff too. And if it's anything else like credit cards on the business, you have bank loans, tax liabilities, etc. We want to meet at least $1 million on that side of things. So there are other ways of debt restructuring and what can be restructured as well. There are no upfront fees or any of that, no upfront costs on any of that stuff there. And also there are no minimum FICO requirements. You don't have to have this on the personal or on the business side, and normally it wouldn't affect that in many cases. And no collateral, no down payment. Those are a few things is really what we're looking for. And as long as we have the right documents supplied, this is something that could be more customized to you. Every person is different. And if you're in a situation where, let's say you have a platform where you have all of your services into, and your processor or processors is not letting you, and you can't protect your revenue, and you have to honor other agreements, and you're falling behind, or you feel like you will fall behind, or you're growing at a rapid pace and you don't want to be held back by these circumstances and you want to pivot from that. There's many different reasons that you're looking for trying to do a debt reconstruction. And so if this is something, or a debt restructuring, I always use the word debt reconstruction for some reason, but that would be the direction to go into. And I've seen high approval rates in that, like I said, and then 40 to 75% on average. And it's a great solution to lower, and as well as if you have other options now or in the future that you can use to help with payments, as well as use others to fuel certain growth and expansion opportunities with your existing income revenue generating stream, or new ones, or whatever you're trying to plan for, have a better yield on this. This changes week over week, so you want to make sure you have the numbers correctly. So those are a few things that we're looking for in terms of the minimum 30,000 on the MCA debt. Like, you also have the million in terms of if it's not an MCA, then we're looking at business credit cards, things like that, bank loans, tax liabilities, etc. on the business side at a minimum of that. No upfront fees, nothing like that. And to lower the payment significantly for a lot of people, especially if you have a lot of debt, there's a significant difference that can be done. If this is something you are interested in, down below there should be a button you can click on, or a description you can go through, and or go to the bio for faster access if so, to get started. And you can complete a questionnaire form where you will be able to simply fill out some details, go through it, and then describe what you're trying to do and clear up. That would be helpful for me to know. I'll analyze and evaluate it and get back to you, even show you a customized email with a highly personalized and customized one, even in a PDF format, showing you information that is not even publicly released. Great information to help you and do this correctly, and you can reuse this time and time again. If so, a lot of people do that, and that'll help navigate you. So hopefully this was of some or great value to you, and there are many circumstances where people have done this option and not the others, whether they could have or not, and this is a great first priority to begin with, to release that cash flow and help you go even higher up as you're moving forward in your business. So that'll be everything from me. Down below there should be a description and or a button you can click on, and or a link to get started, and we'll go from there. Talk soon.